Welcome back, Nerdiverse. This is the Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast, where we always have such sights to show you. This insane podcast can be found live on YouTube, could be found live on Twitch, and anywhere podcasts are heard. We are the Masters of the Nerdiverse. I'm, of course, Mike G. And back with me, as always, is the master of the Nerdiverse, the Jedi Counselor himself, the man we simply call Wash. What's going on, sir?
Evening. Good to see you. Glad to be here. It's been an exciting week. All the things that we were waiting to drop for the last few weeks seem to have started to drop, and found myself suffocating in content. Suffocating in
Suff-
content. So,
Suffocating. Cannot breath, Doug. Yeah, there's some stuff that dropped that we've been waiting on for almost a decade. So we got some crazy things to talk about this week, dude. Yeah, it's been a really crazy week here in the Nerdiverse. A lot of things were announced. A lot of content that I had to watch this week, like full catch up. You know what I mean? So we got some things to talk about.
yes,
Absolutely. Are
super
you excited for
excited.
tonight's episode, bro?
Yeah, man. Let's roll.
Perfect. Before we get started, I just want to remind everyone, if you enjoy this content, to please like our episodes, like our content, subscribe to our channel so that you can help us grow, and comment. Let us know what you think. Give us constructive criticism. Agree, disagree. We love to hear it all. And just a reminder, this is a live episode. So if you want to come by, say hi, tell us we're dumb, tell us we're awesome, tell Washi's handsome. Just come by and tell him. Tell the
Tell me
man.
if tell me if I look yellow.
And we're all yellow too.
Well, I
Let's
could be
get this.
having a
Oh,
stroke. I don't know. I'm just, you know,
you never know. You don't
you
know until
never
you're in
know.
it, baby. You don't know.
You
You
don't
don't know
know.
that until you're in it, dog.
So,
You know,
you know,
when you do
just
that,
in
you gotta
case.
just in case.
Yes,
And you,
Brian, you are yellow. Okay,
yeah.
good.
Oh, good. Just making
I don't
sure.
need to see a doctor this week.
Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? I taste peanut butter. You know what I'm saying? That on that type of shit. Today's episode is Masters of the Nerdiverse, episode 136, the Digital Ghost Reports. Poltergeist Reports, for those who know about Yu Yu Hakusho. We got some things to talk about this week. A lot of these are wash adjacent, Doug. We got some wash adjacent
Yeah,
things.
there are some wash adjacent things. Absolutely, without a doubt.
Yeah, man. We got the Star Wars Visions episode volume 3 dropping. Well, I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. Of course, the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer finally dropped this week. Um, mentioning something that we've been waiting 10 years for. Marvel's Wolverine gameplay, crazy. And of course, Kojima pops out of his little hidey hole to show us his most recent works. Out of these four topics, Watch, before we get started, which one are you most excited to talk about?
We're gonna go with Mando and Grogu because it's Mando and Grogu. So
You gotta make
this is
Grogu
the way.
noises, Doug. This is the way. Dude, let's get this episode
50,
started.
60 maybe. Who knows? Anyway, moving on.
60
We don't
million?
know. No, like years old.
Who? The
Grogu.
baby?
Yeah.
No, Grogu's like 100.
No, he's
Grogu's
50.
he's 50.
He's
Is that
50.
why he's still
Minimal.
an infant, Doug?
Yeah,
Minimal, Doug. My
minimal.
man's older than Obi-Wan at this point.
He's older than all of them. He's been around for a while. So yeah, he just can't talk yet. It's like, oh, when do you talk? Oh, like 350, 325. Oh,
350. That's around
you
when that's
you really get to think about what you want to say. You know what I mean? You ever hear that story about the like guy, the Buddhist monk? He's in this temple. He walks up. You get one word a year, and it's like this long walk, and it's like, why? And
yep.
he's like, oh, bye. See you next year. And so you
See
do
you
it
next
again.
year.
It's like, hmm
Mm. You don't sometimes you don't even
thank you.
get words, you get emotions. Hmm.
Yeah.
All right, head
Hmm.
out, head out, head out. I'll
See
see you
ya.
in a year. See ya. It's freaking garbage, Doug.
Yeah, man.
And the anticipation. dedication.
Yeah.
Hey, what did the Joker say? If you're good at something, never do it for free. That guy be charging
Mm,
for that one. Or yep, gives you one of those. Mm. Son, dude.
dude, I heard that story. I was like, dang, be mindful, folks. Be mindful.
That's
You
why
only get
Yoda's
one word.
makes us so wise. They don't talk for at least a good 350. They just listen. They just listen and absorbing, dog.
It's possible. We'll find out.
Simple, dog. Let's talk
Maybe.
about our weeks. What's possible within 7 days? Wash, what you been up to, man?
I don't know what's possible within 7 days. I know what's possible within the last 36 hours. And I'm going to start with something that's not on our list today. So that's kind of why I got to it because you sent me a text message regarding our previous episode of the Mario Brothers movie review. Please check that out. It was fun, fantastic. Still thinking about that movie, still thinking about
Yes.
Mario. But I was not aware that Marvel Zombies dropped. So I took 2 hours to watch me some Marvel Zombies because Mike G, the master of the Nerdiverse, said, this is no Super Mario Brothers. And thus, I will agree. I am curious, what are your thoughts in regards to this little property since you texted me about it first?
I'm so happy you took the time to watch this because I thought this conversation was going to be one sided. Because I also spent 2 hours of my life to watch the Marvel Zombies, which is now available on Disney Plus. Disney, give us money. Um, yeah, I just texted him. I think I was 3 episodes in to the 4 episodes that we got, which are 30 minutes each. It's so waste of time. Waste of time. Um, need to be longer. Anyway, um, needed to be kind of longer. Needed anyway. All right. I, I
I have a
go.
question because you're gonna go, but I'd have a question because Marvel Zombies is a thing in comic book history, right? So
Yep.
let me ask you, where does that idea come from as compared to what is on television that everyone just dropped within like the last 48 hours, right? This thing is brand spanking new. So uh probably don't go too spoiler heavy, I would imagine, but yeah, go
There's
ahead.
nothing to spoil, dog. Just
All right.
uh, it's so okay. Marvel Zombies was like a book that was written decades ago. I want to say like maybe the early 2000s at this point, maybe even earlier than that, where it was this hypothetical on if the zombie if what would happen when superheroes are affected by the zombie virus. You know what I mean? And wackiness ensues, and it goes really crazy to where there this infection wave that's flowing through the cosmos, and by eating the guts of Galactus and turning him into a zombie, it gets super crazy, right? And it's not, of course, it's not canon, right? This is another what if. This is another Elseworld. This is another kind of dream or nightmare scenario in this case, and it's just something that was always cool. It had really cool artwork. This was like the first of its kind of outside of the old EC Comics Tales from the Crypt type stuff, where you got to see your
Mhm.
favorite
Ooh,
hero
good
desiccated.
callback.
You know what I mean? So it was a popular comic. You know, it was very on par for the course because it was horror. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So fast forward all the way into the What If series, where the very first mentioning of the zombies on any kind of digital media was the What If Marvel Zombies, and that came out. I want to say What If season 1 is where we got that,
Yeah,
and
I
this
remember that.
series takes place 5 years in the future from that event. That's the timeline. So we get a lot of flashbacks from Infection Day versus, Mad Max where it is right now. Um, I'm full transparency. I've never been a fan of let's just kill all of our heroes and watch them die horrible deaths. You know what I mean? Even though it was amazingly well written, there is a DC equivalent called Deceased. DC Ceased, where the
Okay.
apocalypse attacks the DC characters and everyone you love dies. And it's not fun, it's painful, it's sad, there's emotional beats. And I kind of got that from this series. I was watching this and kind of like, well, this isn't fun. This is kind of rough. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not having a good time. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, okay, it's cool. You get to see certain characters as your favorite character as a zombie, and there's this little ragtag team that is trying to survive within this new experience. And it's kind of mean written. It's not. It's very like it's very nasty. I mean, no pun intended. So watching all 4 episodes is funny. My father, shout outs to Mike Prime. He was like, "So what do you think of the episode?" I was like, "I don't know, man. I have to see how it ends. How does it land?" I just watched, um, and we'll talk about Alien Earth and that season finale. Talk about how things land, right? I was like, I just need to see how it lands, and this thing landed, in my opinion, very lopsided. It wasn't, Dominique Dawes was doing the spins and she kind of landed, but it was kind of wobbly. Huh. You know what I mean? Those are my initial thoughts. I'm not really a fan of it. I'm not really a fan of the concept of Marvel Zombies because it's a bit cringy. No, once again, no pun intended. But watch, what was your takeaways after watching 4 episodes, 30 minutes each of
uh,
this series?
a couple of takeaways. First, I am familiar with Marvel Zombies. I do remember that episode of What If, and when I sat down to watch this, I thought it was going to be 6, 8, 10, whatever episodes. You know what I mean? So I got through 2 episodes and I was like, all right, I'm done. And literally, that's what I said. All right, I'm done. And then I looked, I'm like, it's 4 episodes. I'm like, you know what? It's been a long week. I will happily just lay here like a sack. You know what I
Just
mean?
let it
Before
rock.
my
You know?
stream starts and just do the thing, right? So I did that. And before I want to preemptive this because I am in the middle of a fantastic book series I've been reading for 2 years. I do not shout out here at all. It is a zombie book series, and it is about literally the end of the United States, at least in the zombie apocalypse. It is about 114 books long, and it
Whew.
takes place in like each city, state, state. It's really freaking awesome. Each book is about 2.5 hours long, and I will get the name of that for you before all of this is done. But that is an excellent zombie book. Like,
Mhm.
it is zombie heavy, it is about zombies, and it is about the zombie apocalypse. Moving to what I watched with this. I and Mike, this and what again, one of the reasons I didn't really like want to take a lot of time, chit chat in the front because I kind of wanted to get to this. Like, I think it's been a while since we had our, let's call it Gen 1 Marvel conversation, right? About
Yeah.
phase one. It is
Mhm.
even phase two included. I think it's time we have a talk about Marvel again because I don't necessarily know what is going on over at Marvel. I watched, and I want to preface this by saying it's Elseworld. It's What If. It's not canon. It doesn't matter. It's for 2 hours of pure enjoyment for enjoyment's sake. That said, everything has a reason. And when you alluded to 10 years earlier, this thing has been baking for a very long time, hasn't it? We
Mhm.
heard
Yeah.
rumors about this 5, 6 years ago, I want to say. The product we got is a mixed bag. I
Yeah.
don't hate the story. I don't necessarily dislike the art style, even though it drastically switched between episode 1 and 2 to episodes 3 and 4. In fact, all storytelling and pacing did. Um, but I fail to understand, and we talk a lot about stakes, and this had stakes. I
Yeah.
like the story. I like Wanda Maximoff. Like, that pulled me, but I fail to understand why we were watching it. I fail to
Mm.
understand why. Ooh, and let me not. Yes, this I will. Hey, folks, you want to see Blade? Go watch Blade because this is about as much Blade as you're going to get. And I'm going to tell you something. I didn't mind this Blade. I like this Blade, and I could have went for 2 hours of just a Blade movie animated like that and been done with it more so than what I saw with Marvel Zombies. And I'm not bagging on it. It's fine. I did watch it, which states that it's good. I'm gonna give it a solid three in a real quick short review. I will think about it more as the days go on, but ultimately, I fail to understand the point, and that is where I am with a lot of Marvel stuff now. I have not had a chance to talk about Thunderbolts on this channel. Thunderbolts got rave reviews.
Mm.
I failed to understand why. It was fine,
Ah,
but I didn't really. Is it the story? Because this story didn't make a whole lot of sense. And I also want to say, because this also is not a spoiler, shouldn't have Miss Marvel been able to? Again, this is why we're going to do this idea. Isn't Miss Marvel? Shouldn't she have been able to handle that situation about 5 minutes in?
no.
Okay. Okay. All right. All right.
Okay. Um, Firstly, shout outs Bradley. Thank you for coming through, hanging out with us. Shout outs B. I got a lot to unpack with that, with what you have to say. Where do I start? Stakes. Let's talk about stakes, right? Let's talk about um why, right? Why is, you know what I'm saying? Shout outs to
I
something that's coming
is.
up for us. Why
I
is.
is.
Um I feel that Marvel is in a place where they're trying to get back to telling compelling stories. They're trying to set almost a foundation so that their soap opera style, constant, interwoven universe can have quality over quantity. You know what I mean? From my understanding, is that this, and like you said, this has been talked about for years now. This Marvel Zombies project, but from my understanding, is that it originated as a movie, as a full movie, and what's going on unknown. Um, and because of the Spider-Man Sony thing, they had to break it up into pieces, which made it seem for television, because Marvel does not have the rights to make an independent Spider-Man anything without Sony's sign off. So that's why it kind of feels a little disjointed, because it wasn't originally supposed to be in an episodic style. Um, that being said, you know what I mean? That could cause for some of the um choppiness
Yeah,
of of
choppiness. Even though directed by the same person, but
it
if we're
still
gonna,
felt,
yes,
you know,
yes,
but
we're gonna
because
talk
there was
about
no
this
smooth
again in a
transit.
moment. So go ahead.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was no smooth transitions between episodes. It all felt very siloed, but at the same time not interwoven. It's weird. It's very weird. Like it was like the shock between episode 2 and the Shang-Chi episode, which is very weird. It was just, it didn't feel good, that transition. That being said, um the why of it is like Marvel has, I mean, and I talk about Fantastic Four, which has nothing to do with the MCU. You know what I mean? To its benefit. You don't have to have any homework. You don't have to know. You just don't know any characters. You just kind of jump into it. But that kind of treatment in in this kind of storytelling makes, you need to have a strong story to begin with. What if you're going to do that? It needs to be ironclad in a white room, can completely exist on its own. Fantastic Four could do that because it was
they
Marvel
did have a
Zombies.
fantastic shot or two in this. I do want to
Oh
say,
yeah,
comic replica like that one of the big guy doing the thing with that was like, I think I've seen that in a comic and it's dope and it looks dope. So I don't want to go on with that forever. I don't want to. Go check it out, folks. We'll probably talk
yeah.
about it more at some point in the future. Second thing I want to bring up as the second part of my week, Alien. I'm gonna propose a something live. We might as well just do a review on Alien and just do
Okay.
that on Tuesday night, and just you can drop that Tuesday night and do it Wednesday, and we'll get something in the works. But while it's fresh, because think about it. At any rate, Alien. I finished it. I thought that the ending did not quite meet the beginning. I would
Hmm.
imagine that a lot was left on the chopping floor. Um, it could have used about four more episodes to fully flesh out what they were doing. I am not sure what happened or why it happened, but fine, it happened. It did diminish from the entire experience a little bit, though. But overall, I can't complain too much. It's freaking awesome, you know. But yeah, I think it's definitely justified as a review. But folks, if you did not watch Alien Earth, go watch that ending. mm,
Yeah. What's up, Two Shots? What's going on, sir? Welcome, joining the episode. Yeah, I will like, and that's a great idea. I will not go into too much detail about my thoughts about the series as a whole. I think that would be best as a MOTN review, just like a synopsis of the entire season. But like you said, this last episode, this season finale, to me left a lot on the bone. You know what I mean? It left a lot to be desired. Um, to me, it was unsatisfactory to an ending of such a s- beautiful uprising. You know what I mean? It just kind of left it kind of blue balled you. You know what I mean? You got to the you got to the top of the you know what I'm saying? You got to the top of the damn roller coaster, and they turn it off and
uh,
make you take the stairs down. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
hey,
time to go
it,
home.
you know what I mean? Like, there was really no finality to anything. You're like, you're waiting for Boy Cavalier to get his comeuppance. That doesn't happen. You're waiting for some sick alien like final showdown. That doesn't happen. What's gonna happen with the children? We have no damn idea. You know what I mean? So it just left you. It's like they have so much more story to tell, but it's not even on a cliffhanger. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, all right, the story's going to continue at some point. It's not even like an exciting what if. Oh no, what's going to happen to? We all know they're fine. You know what I mean? So it was very unclimactic this episode.
The last shot felt very like 2000 alternative, like rock coverish, and I was
Yeah,
like, "What just happened?" And I was like, "What? What just happened, man?" And it's like, yes, I am with you because it's like, sure, there's season two, three, four. I get it,
yeah,
fine,
man.
great, but I'm not sure we fleshed out what was here in this season. And
Enough.
you know, say what you want. Like I loved it. It was great. And I said
Yeah,
that the pacing was great during the first half. But if I knew what I was going to get on this second half or this last episode, I would have said, you know what? Let's clip like 3 minutes here, 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 here. Let's flesh out this nonsense because
yeah.
at the end of the
It needed
day,
it.
it's like it needed it, in my opinion. So, not to say again, that was fantastic. But that about sums up my week, Mike. That was a long-winded week. I'm sorry, folks.
No
How
worries,
was
because
your
we
week,
both had
sir?
things to talk about. I kind of went into my week with your week because my week was Marvel Zombies, and my week was Alien Earth. So yeah, Alien Earth, man. We're gonna talk about that more later. Other than that, definitely caught the most recent Peacemaker, which had a very interesting turn. Very cool cameo. I'm not going to spoil on this channel, but it's a very cool cameo in that episode. And the tables have turned on our boy Chris, our boy Peacemaker. So check that out. Still playing Star Wars Outlaws, and I had told Wash in the middle of the week, I'm kind of had a
Yeah,
falling out. The
yeah,
honeymoon phase is over with that
yeah.
game, and I kind of had to turn it off for a little bit. Um, mind you, I still like the game. It's just the Ubisoft showed its ugly head. I knew it was going to eventually pop out, and I did not like it. I did not like the Ubisoft. You know what I'm saying? The lights came on in the club, and I got to see her face, and she was like, "Brr." I was like, "Oh no, this is who I've been dancing with this whole time."
Oh
Ah,
man, that's
fine,
seven
fine. You know,
seven rum and cokes too many. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
seven Long Island iced teas too many. You know what I'm saying? The lights came on, it's everybody's time to go. And I was like, brr, but hey, this is what I'm taking home. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm still enjoying the game. I know what the game is now. I finally know what it is. I didn't know what it was. I know what it is now. It's Ocean's 11 brought to you by Star Wars. It's we have to assemble a squad. We're going to do this big heist, and we need to assemble the squadron across the galaxy, from Kanto to Tatooine to all these different places, to assemble the ultimate squadron of
Yeah,
badasses,
yeah.
and you know what I'm saying, and all the wackiness that comes along the way, and it's a blast. You know what I mean? I've on One thing I will say about the game is I'm about 24 hours in to the
Okay.
game total. I'm really in there, and I've yet to experience one boss fight.
Ooh.
I don't think that's a Ubisoft thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't expect boss fights. I mean, there's like cinematic situations where there's a lot going on and it's pretty and things are exploding, but I've yet to fight like the most amazing bounty hunter badass that's on my ass, or oh no, I have to fight some underground, you know, uh, uh, hut overlord that wants my neck. So it's very jarring not to play a video game and have such a video game trope be missing. But maybe I'm just still too early in. I don't know. But it's weird. I'm about 21 hours in. I've completed the entire Crimson Dawn
J-
storyline and no boss
Just
fight. It was weird.
just as an FYI, you are a Souls kid, right?
Kinda. Souls is
Okay.
I talk a big game, but I've yet to beat one Souls game all the way through. I get to the
Oh,
last
okay.
boss and I stop. I just stop after
Okay.
the last boss.
But you do buy them, right? Like
Yeah, all the time. Yeah, I
Yeah,
got
okay,
Elden
yeah,
Ring,
all right, yeah, all
Dark
right,
Souls remake.
yeah,
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 yeah. Oh
all
yeah.
right. So you're a fan of the boss fight. I,
I, li-
you know, I was
I
looking
like a
at
good boss fight. I like a good
uh
boss fight. You know what I'm saying?
Trials of Mana on Xbox today, and I was like, oh
Ooh,
yeah, Trials of Mana, man. Low key boss fights.
yeah. I like it.
Like,
I like
uh,
it, man.
go hit some bunnies. So anyway,
I like there to be a situation that makes me utilize everything I've learned and a skill check. I like skill
yeah,
checks. Give me a wall to hit my head against.
yeah.
You know what I mean? But no, but we'll see. Still, getting along. I'm starting to get. I think I've reached all the planets I'm going to reach in this game, and I'm curious to see how it plays out in a different playthrough. One other thing I wanted to talk to that's not on this docket, but I wanted to give my 2 cents on is Silent Hill F. Have you seen anything about this game?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Unfortunately, I saw the trailer, but not unfortunately. But all of the playthrough I'm watching is all muted because it's like I'm just doing other things, and thus it's just a person, little Asian person running through. And it's like, I have
Running
no
through
idea what's happening.
1960s Japan.
So the trailer
Yeah.
was super helpful. I was like, oh, I
Yeah,
get it now. It's terrifying.
I love it. It's how far we are Silent Hill heads. Check out our lore, Silent Hill lore episode.
Yeah.
And I was like, how is this Silent Hill? And it's so interesting because it's very Silent Hill and it's not Silent Hill at all. It's its own thing. But Silent Hillisms and the storyline, the Silent Hill isms, and the atmosphere and the music is gorgeous. You know what I'm saying? The music is really, really good. So I'm kind of toying on buying it, but I'm in a video game crux right now because it's like Star Wars Outlaws is my
But
life,
you've
and
been in a drought, man. So you might as well
yeah,
you've been in a drought like you had Monster Hunter and that's it in like the last
that's
18,
it.
18,
2
24
years.
freaking months. So it's
Yeah.
like, if you get 3, 4, that's fine. You,
I
you
don't
know,
I don't want to overfill my plate, man. Because
eh.
Borderlands 4, poor Borderlands 4 is still on hour 2. You know what I'm saying? That's just chilling. That's like the
Yes, I
meme
do
where
understand.
the skeleton is at the bottom of the pool waiting for mom to come pick it up. That's Borderlands 4 right now, just down there. And I'm over here playing with Star Wars
Uh,
Outlaws in the water. But I'll play that eventually once I'm bored with Outlaws. But yeah, Silent Hill Forte looks very, very good. I've watched all the endings. I kind of know what's gonna happen, but maybe I just want to put my hands on it and play it. Just so I can get that vibe and that feel.
What's
But
the
yeah,
total runtime on it? You got an idea?
there's like five different endings. You have to get them all to get the full story.
Oh,
So
damn.
like 24, like maybe 30-hour gameplay times five.
Okay.
Do the hot math on that. You know what I mean?
150.
But 150, yeah. So yeah, very interesting. Looks very cool. Other
A
than
lot of
that,
time in Silent Hill.
oh, a lot of time in Silent Hill. You're gonna go outside and see nothing but nothing
Like,
but fog. You're in Silent
you're
Hill
like,
now.
oh shit.
Oh shit! I turned the game off and it's still going.
Like
What do I do
Silent
now?
Hill,
What?
like Lynn says, you know what I
Yeah,
mean? You
man.
can't see me.
You can't see me, John. Speaking of John Cena, Doug, you ready to get into these topics, bro?
Yeah, bro, let's do it.
Yeah, man. Let's get into it. So, not to bury the lead, we have the Star Wars, the Mandalorian and Grogu official trailer dropped. In lieu of all of Disney's woes, they said, "Hey guys, we need a dub. Let's give the fans what they want." Here goes Mandalorian and Grogu. Jedi Counselor, I must ask you, what are your thoughts of this trailer?
I love the trailer. I want to speak to the general people who may be watching this episode or who are like, "Arr, arr, this trailer. Arr, arr, arr." This trailer, I'm not sure what everybody else was looking for. Look, like it's already been laid out. They said Mandalorian. They wanted to do season five, 4 or 5, whatever season to be season four, I think. They wanted to do season four. They're like, you know what? We don't have enough for a season four. So we're gonna do a Mandalorian movie. You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, great. So that's what we're gonna get is a Mandalorian movie. And it was already stated at the end of season 3. I went back and I watched it because it's dope. Grogu becomes a Mandalorian. Spoiler alert, he has to go on his journeys. What did everybody expect we were going to get? Like I don't understand the overall reaction to it. I loved it. I thought that it felt very Mandalorian. We got the Razor Crest back. We got Grogu swimming. We got droids shooting things. We got strange aliens. Like it's going to Grogu's eating popcorn. He's eating the things Omega eats. Omega and
And Rekka.
yeah, Wrecker. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, he's eating that, man. He knows it's going to be a big ball of fun. So I am super stoked. Um, I was nervous about the trailer. I had no idea what we were going to get. I did not know what this movie was going to be, but when I saw the trailer, I'm like, yeah, this makes perfect sense. And they're supposed to be wrapping this whole thing up in a bow. Everybody's supposed to come together in a big shared universe. So, you know what I mean? You got Ahsoka 2 coming out. God knows what else is going to be
Mhm.
coming. It's like Mandalorian is by far. With the exception of Andor, I guess I should say, the second most popular thing Star Wars has done since hell, in a lot of people's opinion, Return of the Jedi. You still with me, sir?
Oh yeah,
All right, since
that was like
Return
an
of the Jedi.
involuntary reaction there.
Right? So it's like, you know, I think that it's cool. I just wish it was going to be like 4 to 6 hours. I'm cool with season 4 of Mandalorian, whatever they wanted to make it. But we'll get our 2 hour version and go about our
That'd be
business,
that.
I guess.
Hey, watch. You know what's so cool? You know what? You want to know what the coolest thing in the world is? Hating on Star Wars, man. That's the
Yeah,
coolest thing in the
man. I
world. You know,
I don't
hating on
understand
Star
why
Wars
people
is so
hate on
cool.
anything.
You know, it's
Just
so awesome. You know how cool. You know how smart you sound when you say this sucks, apropos of nothing. You know what I mean?
look. We just got done talking about Marvel Zombies. I wasn't super enthusiastic about it, but I'm not like bagging on it. It wasn't terrible. When something's terrible, I'll let you know. Aquaman, terrible. I
Yeah,
got no qualms saying
yeah.
it, it, like, but Mandalorian, Acolyte, let Star Wars do what Star Wars does, and I think that this film is going to be exactly what Star Wars fans are looking for, like me. You know what I mean?
I like the honesty that it's like, look, guys, we don't have enough for a whole season XYZ. We're kind of at the tail end of our story here with this character and this through line. I think the smartest thing to do is to close it out in film form. That's kind of cool, rather than letting it die on the vine. Like you said, this is one of the most popular Star Wars properties since popular, mind you, since like Return of the Jedi, because we all know a lot of people weren't fans of the prequel
I
trilogy.
I know
I wouldn't
people
say
like
those
it
were
now,
popular.
but
People
but but
like it
but but
now.
back in the day, you know what I mean? They,
Mm-mm.
they were not happy.
People were
Like
not happy. People were
so,
not happy with the sequel trilogy. You know what I'm saying at all. So this is the most popular of the new era of Star Wars, and let's send it out with a bang. Of course,
yeah.
this is not the last you'll see of these characters. It's Star Wars. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, Lando Calrissian is just showing up in Star Wars Outlaws. I wasn't expecting to see that dude. He's
Billy
there.
D. Billy D. Williams just said yesterday, he's like, I mean, I guess if you pay me enough money, I'll come back.
I
Whatever.
guess,
Like,
on
you
that
know.
Harrison Ford tip, I'll play it till I die if you guys, got the right check. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Um, but what I'll say about the actual trailer is that it looked very fun. It reminds me a lot of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, kind of like this is our last ride. Let's just leave it all. Let everything hang out. You know what I mean? And let's give these characters a strong send off into the because what is the Mandalorian if it's not a western? You know what I mean? It's a Star Wars western. So let's ride off into our dusty trail together as fans. You know what I mean?
and Zeb. The live
Well,
action
yeah,
Zeb in
live action
doing
Zeb.
live action Zeb stuff. Come on, man. Like we weren't expecting that. We might even see Callus in this. You don't
Yeah,
know.
and
You
that's
know
who
what
they
I mean?
decided to show. You don't know what kind of secrets and goodies are going to be
Right.
sprinkled in this movie. You know what I'm saying? Given the
This
time frame,
and I guess that's a valid. This movie has a point, even though it looks like it's just like it's a big ball of fun. They didn't make it in a black box. This is not Marvel Zombies. You know what I
right?
mean?
Yeah,
And I think that's valid. I think that's a good thing to keep in mind.
absolutely. It has stakes. It's going to have things that are going to you want to know the last end of these characters' stories. You know what I mean? So there's a reason that we're all going to be watching it. And not to mention, it's going to be fun. It's going to be Grogu. It's going to be Tie Fighters. It's going to be Star Wars. So everybody just take your head out of your butts. Enjoy the film. We all know you're going to see it anyway. Have a good time. You know what I'm
Yeah, I
saying?
don't know if it's going to be $1 billion, but that's solid 600 million, I would
At
imagine.
least 500 million. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
you
saying?
know what
On
I mean.
on name alone. You know what I'm saying?
And
A
first
random
Star
question:
Wars movie in forever.
when's the last time we had a Star Wars? They don't do it with every movie, like the Star Wars entrance. The
Episode 9.
that was the last
Episode
one,
9.
huh?
Episode
Whew, it's been a
9.
while, bro.
Episode and thus,
Ooh.
like, I don't know if it's going to do 1 billion, but just since there hasn't been one in theaters, I want to say they talked about putting Andor in the theater, but I don't know if that ever actually happened.
Star Wars really just slowed down, didn't it? It just stopped the brakes, didn't it?
Dude,
Like
The Last Jedi messed people up. It
up.
messed up Star Wars. It and not to mention the last because I'm not going to blame it on The Last Jedi. Like life, fate, their cast. You know what I mean? It's like, well, what can we do?
It's like the force was against that movie.
We
Like it
had
was
a
against the brand.
superhero in mind, and she is no longer here.
Mm. What do you do? What do
Ahsoka
you?
2 is about we're about to see the same thing in Ahsoka 2, and it's like, the dude from Game of Thrones will either be able to handle it or we'll be like, oh, Balin
Mm.
1 was cool.
There's always going to be those people. I wish it was Balin one. This Balin sucks. This is not my Balin. Bro, what do you want, dog? What do you want?
Yeah.
You know what? That's an excellent segue. I think that's an excellent segue to our next talking point, dude. Because people get on my damn nerves. Marvel fans slam ghoulish LA Comic Con decision to resurrect Stan Lee via an AI hologram and charge $20 for a 3-minute conversation. Are we cooked as like a culture, Doug? Are we cooked as like a human race at this point, bro? Like, I don't know what to do with this at all.
I'm going to say something, and a lot of people are going to get very probably upset with me, and I guess that's fine. Whatever. Actually, it is fine. I don't care. Here's the deal. You want to talk to Stan Lee? Go to ChatGPT, tell it to pretend to be Stan Lee, and have a freaking conversation.
That's what
Okay?
this is.
I'm not. I know. I get it. But you don't need to pay $20 to do it. And you can do it forever. Like you can do it for the rest of your life. Like right now. You can just talk to him for the rest of the night. You can talk about Alien if you want and get his ideas about it. You can do whatever the hell you want. So the entire idea behind this, I'm not hating on anybody making a buck, but the outrage over it, if the estate is going to sign off on it, right? If and the estate is the estate, we know that that is
Yeah,
questionable to deal with, and this is not the podcast to deal with that. But um, if the estate signs off on it, fine. You know what I mean? Like you can go have a conversation with whoever you want right now, man. Stay,
that's
let
the
it go.
toughest part in the world is the money. If the estate says we don't care, man. Talk to grandpa, talk to Paw. You know what I mean? We don't care. Go talk to Paw. Are we getting paid? Do we get like 5 out of that $20?
Yeah.
Sure. And it's like the word ghoulish pops out because you're literally resurrecting the dead. But you're 1,000% right. If you want to do this right now, just go to ChatGPT and say, "Hey, I want to talk to uh, can I please talk to you
Pretend
know,
to be Stan
pretend to
Lee.
be
I want
pretend to be
to talk
Kobe
to
Bryant."
Stan Lee. Yes, that's it. And
It's just
yes,
it.
it is morbid, but this is where we are as a technological culture now. And for some folks, especially an artist, Mike, not saying you, Mike, specifically, because I
Fair
know
enough.
you have
Fair
ai
enough.
que- you have ai questionability, right? But it's like you as an artist may have some questions for Stan Lee. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, all right, I wonder what his eye would think about, and you can ask him. Fine, great. I don't necessarily think that it needs to be at Comic Con. That's what I'm going to say.
Here's
And
the
to your
thing.
point, in the article, that the guy's like, yeah, let the man sleep, rest. You know what? There's something to be said about that too, but it's not
Here,
him.
here's the thing, Doug. It's like I never got the chance to meet Stan Lee face to face. That's one of my biggest life regrets. I never went down and paid the $200 and shook the old man's hand, told him how much I grew up on this stuff. Whoop, whoop. Never had that chance. In a weird, once again, pet cemetery like scenario, I could pay my $20, $30, shake the digital hand of Stan Lee, and get some kind of weird catharsis from it, some kind of weird closure that I may have never been able to speak to the real Stan Lee, but at least I could speak to this digital death mask of the man and get some kind of like, it's you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of those people who clone their dogs when they pass away,
Yeah,
and they keep having the same dog over, but it's not the same dog because you know what I'm saying? It's like different
yeah,
personalities, different.
yeah,
There's a lot of things that go into that, and
yeah,
these people are just so dead set that this is Bunny 3.0.
yeah.
This is Bunny 4.0, and it's the creepiest kind of like you need to let go. This man is gone. Why are you people go? This is the
But
whole
he
point
was
of
a
life.
genius.
It doesn't matter. I don't want to talk to
He was a
Socrates.
genius.
I don't want to
Why don't
resurrect
you want?
digital Socrates and
Why?
talk to
But if
digital
digital suck.
Socrates.
But if you have questions, you know what I mean. Now, if you're asking them like,
At time,
"Hey, man, did you like tacos or pizza?" It's like, yeah,
oh,
that's a
you know
wasted
what?
20 or 30 bucks.
I can ask him later, man. I can ask him later. There'll be time for that. That time is not now. He's gone. There's no time for that. I can just ask him later. Hey, Socrates, we ain't got no but time up here. Man, did you really like pizza, or were you just like, nah? Like, I want to go
All right.
talk to Stan Lee, but there'll be time for that later. I don't want to talk to some weird, you know, like AI ghost in the machine. That's not him. That's not. This is not his mind. This is not transference. They
I'm
didn't hook
gonna
him up
bring
to
this up.
electrodes.
All right. You know what? Actually, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna let it go. Actually, I do. Do
Ah,
you
do it.
believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts? It's
Yeah,
relevant because of our upcoming conversation, right?
of
With
course.
one
Yes.
of our topics. Okay, you
Yeah,
believe in ghosts.
absolutely.
You've
Sure. Why
watched
not?
ghost shows, you've seen the ghost technology,
I
you
think
talk to the
those are
box.
bullshit, but I think
Okay.
I think the idea of ghosts remaining on this earth is something that could be possible. But then when people wouldn't have been talking about it for thousands of years if there wasn't some credibility to it.
All right. Do you think that they could communicate per se in one
I
way or
don't
another?
know. That
All
I
right.
don't know. I don't think we've ever pierced the veil. You know what I'm saying?
Here, here, you don't. It's right here.
That's not
It's
a
right.
ghost. That's not a ghost.
It's
That's a
right
collection
here.
of thoughts that are then being that they're being disheveled and drilled down into a talking track that is being offered to people who put words together. It's the
No,
word, dude.
yes and no. We'll discuss that thought way later. There's a lot to unpack with that. That's AI technical, so we'll discuss that later. But
All I'm
yes,
gonna
to your
say
point.
is that they had the AI Darth Vader running around Fortnite, and that guy was a menace. He was saying some crazy stuff, Doug. He was getting racist. You want to hear Darth Vader get racist? He was
Ah,
getting crazy on Fortnite, Doug. AI, bro. Speaking of ghost, ghost. Um, OD, the knock trailer was announced. A lot of things going on this past week. We had Tokyo Game Show. We had a state of play for PlayStation, and Teo Kojima just decided to have his own state of play. This is where I'm at. This is the Death Stranding movie. There's a Death Stranding anime. There's this other weird, not Metal Gear Solid game we're talking about. And here is my PT that I always wish I could have made. Knock trailer for OD. Did you have a chance to watch this trailer?
yes, I did. And as I said, the man's a national treasure. Like
Yeah.
I don't know why someone, and maybe they have, maybe he just works at his pace with a small team like the South Park crew does, and thus he doesn't just crank out like whatever. But I can't believe someone hasn't given this man Elon Musk type money and been like, yeah, build whatever you want. The
That's
man
kind of like
literally said, I want to capture a ghost for my game. And it's like,
let's fucking
if
go. Let's
it,
fucking go, dude.
if there's someone who's going to do that,
Do it. It would be
much like Cameron's like, yeah, I'll transform film. You know, it's like Kojima captured. Yeah, that sentence actually makes sense. So
this guy literally wants to fatal frame this game. He said, I'm going to be the first person to catch a ghost on film. I'm going to digitize it and put it into this game. That's my goal.
and he's
And he means it,
serious.
dog. He's
He's
serious, bro.
serious. He's
He is
serious.
not
Right.
playing no games.
No.
He's building the technology as we speak.
No.
Somebody's giving him the money, dog. Um, this trailer is very interesting because it's really just a showcase of the Decima engine, what he uses to get his super hyper realistic, um, uncanny valley smashing graphics. And it's like, and with Kojima, it's always a big puzzle. We don't know what's going on. Words mean words mean words. The S in strand stands for strands. All it's all the jokes. So you kind of go into this. It's all vibes. It's never about
Right.
story. It's never about plot. It's about how does this make me feel? And this trailer, for the first time in a long time, made me feel unsettled. It's a very unsettling trailer because you hear babies crying, which is always like an activator in my brain. That's kind of like top three worst sounds to hear in life. It's the sound of a baby crying, and there should not be a baby around.
Oh, okay.
Like, what's more alarming than I know there's not a baby in this house? Why am I hearing a baby
Yeah,
crying?
that's
That's some
terrifying.
Hellraiser shit. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
that's
saying? Like,
terrifying.
no, I don't like that sound.
That's
Just
terrifying.
very, the unsettling knocking. And I did want to ask, did you ever jump on PT? Did you ever play the playable
Oh
trailer?
yeah, yeah. I played it. I played it. I played it. Oh,
So we
you know
know what
what?
this man can do.
Do you still have
And
that, Mike?
I do. I do. And
Oh,
this shit, that mess has got to be worth like
it's
2,500
got to
right
be
now.
worth something
My
right
PS,
now.
gotta be worth, it's
Yeah,
worth something.
yeah,
I
buddy.
got one of those PS4s that has the playable
Yeah,
trailer on it,
buddy.
baby. I may have to break that out. But yeah, I'm very excited to see what this man does. Like you said, he's a damn national treasure.
Yeah.
Um, and I'll just let him do it,
I
let him
want to
cook,
go.
as the kids say.
I want to go to like a museum of Kojima one day. You know what I mean? Where it's nothing but Kojima, like, and it's like, oh yeah, we
Fucking
spent the
Kojima
weekend
land,
at Kojima Land, man. Super trippy. Ate some shrooms. It was nuts.
yeah, man.
Like,
I dropped
like,
some acid, walked into Kojima land. I came out a fucking Metal Gear, dog. It was crazy,
different, bro. I'm different.
bro. I said I now understand what Death Stranding means. It
Ooh,
remind like it would be like going to Guillermo del Toro's house. Have you ever seen Guillermo del Toro's mansion? And it's
I've
just a
not
damn
seen him.
mansion from the month that you got to check out his house. It's like a museum of all the crap he's done throughout the years, and it's like walking into the Munsters mansion. You know what I mean? Like the Adams family house. I wonder if Kojima has a similar layout where it's just stupid BS on the walls and writing on the ceiling and a door that leads nowhere, just rose red type stuff. You know what I mean? So
Oh God, great movie. I'm so glad you said that. Such a good fucking movie.
shout outs to
Get on
Rose
Rose
Red, dude,
Red. Yeah, get on Rose Red if you don't know.
bruh. But yeah, very excited for this one. Probably not gonna play it, but I'm gonna watch the hell of it. Some brave soul's gonna play it on Twitch, and my old self will probably be watching it. You know what I'm saying?
I
He
watch
said,
those
"Nah."
games.
Speaking of a game that I'm going to play after like
Ooh.
10, 15 years, bro, since the initial teaser in a state of play, we finally get gameplay for Insomniac's Wolverine due out fall 2026 next year. Tell me you watched this trailer.
I watched the trailer. I just want to say, after 15 years, you would think that that's coming sooner than fall of 2026. You think you would be able to say, after 15 years, July 17th. You know what I mean? We've been thinking about it for a while, but no. So, folks, just don't get your hopes up. That's all I'm saying.
I don't.
I did
Man,
watch the
I got
trailer.
to double back. It's been hyperbole. It hasn't been 15 years because Spider Man 2 came out like what 5 years. It just feels like forever.
Dude,
For the
it's
first,
been
it's been a while,
7,
bro.
8. It's been a while, dude. This thing was
Yeah.
leaked in the Sony PlayStation hack back in 2016. That's been 10
Mhm.
years, man. Like, are you
They've been
kidding me?
they've been thinking
Like,
about this game for a while, bro.
so the trailer, moving on to the trailer, I thought the trailer was fine. I I question what I saw. That's my
Hmm.
point. I'm not sure what I
Talk your
saw
talk, homie. Talk your talk. Oh,
is
yeah, yeah.
necessarily what we're going to get. It did give very reminiscent vibes of Wolverine 2 for the PlayStation, like 1998, 99, somewhere up in there. Might have been just the yellow costume, but overall it looks cool, man. It looks a little janky. Like,
Well, it's early, man.
I,
Fall 2026.
what do you mean it's early? 10
It's early,
years!
dog. It's early,
Sony
dog.
PlayStation hack! You can
It's
look it up!
early, dog. It's early, bro. Oh man,
It's like
I
Elder
love
Scrolls 6. It's broken. It'll be fixed in 2050. Fantastic.
2093, dog.
Can't wait.
Fallout 6, 2093.
And what's taking so long, Mike?
It is that they can't mess this up. It's the perfect sauce if we can't mess this up. We can't. We just can't do it. We're so afraid. You know what it also was is that the leak happened. Mind you, this wasn't a leak of like character designs. They leaked gameplay, bro. They leaked like a build of the game.
Yeah.
And we were all left wanting. It looks kind of this feels trash. It looks trash. And they were like, all right, back to formula. This ain't it, man. So when you get a trailer like this and you hitting it the nail right on the head, it gave big Killzone 3 PlayStation 3 vibes where the trailer was completely fake and then we got a completely different game. There are some
Yeah.
like, so where's the gameplay in this?
uh,
You know what I'm saying? And when it got to gameplay, it looked a little janky, a little stiff. But It gave, but the atmosphere was excellent. It gave off like Uncharted vibes to me of like running through cities and confusion, and this thing gets knocked over. Wolverine's on a bike. You know what I'm saying? I love the voice actor that they picked for this guy. Very gruff. Very apparently, it's a dude who was Spartacus in the Spartacus Blood and Sand
That's I
series.
couldn't I couldn't pick out where he was from. I was watching the vignette and I was like, "Where's this dude from? I know him."
Of course, you see Omega Red, which is automatically a seller for me. I love me some
Yeah.
Omega Red, dog. Mystique's in here. The Ravengers are in here. Even a Sentinel shows up at the very end. You know this is gonna have mad cosmetics. You know there's gonna be other X-Men that pop up to show up with in this universe of Wolverine. We may even get Spidey, bro, because apparently these two exist in the same Insomniac universe. So am I excited? Yes. Am I going to hold my breath until fall 2026? No. There's games to play. There's life to live. There's love. There's pizza. There's I'm not losing sleep over this. You know what I'm saying? But that being said,
I got a cheese
I
pizza later, folks, just FYI. Moving
shout
on.
outs. But I do know like in December we're going to be getting the video game awards. I'm sure we'll see more of this game. I'm sure
Okay.
it'll be a little bit more
Valid.
polished. you know, and we're gonna get some more insight on what is it. That was a good trailer, but gameplay, I want to see a life bar, bro. I want to see him
Uh,
take damage. I need to see it breathing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah, for sure. Preferably
Yeah.
with someone with a demo with a
Yes,
controller in their
with a
hand.
controller in their hand.
And
Thank you.
if you show me that same thing, then I'll be hyped. I'll be like, "Oh,
Okay, okay. I eat my words. But for right now, very Killzone 3 kind of like
question mark."
I can't. Yeah, this looks pretty, but is it real? Type shit. I don't know. I don't know. Let's talk
She's
about it.
pretty,
Star
but is
Wars.
she real?
Is she? The lights came on in the club, Doug. Uh oh.
Uh,
She's not real, Doug. Star Wars Visions Volume 3, the official Japanese dub. We got to stop, Doug.
yeah.
We are being menaces tonight. MOTN After Dark coming soon. Um, I haven't watched One Vision. I haven't seen One Vision. This is Volume 3. I haven't watched Visions 1 and 2. This looks beautiful. This looks well done. It looks well crafted. I'm all about anime. Being the Star Wars historian, are you caught up on Visions? Is this on your radar?
I am not caught up. It was not on my radar. They announced it. I did watch season 1 of Visions. I was fine with it, but I am not the big anime nerd per se, so it did not quite hit hard for me. And I also, when I watched it, was not in my Star Wars journey that I'm currently on and in now. So I would
Yeah.
probably watch it with a different light. That being said, my issue with season 1, which again, I didn't see season 2, but they look like it fixed in this trailer, is there looks like there's just more overall of a cohesiveness to the overall story. Like everything we saw in the trailer seemed to kind of go together in some way, shape, or form. Whereas Visions is very disjointed, done by different studios, kind of almost in that black box. It almost looks like they've brought everyone in the room at the very least and said, yeah, you can do your own things, but this is what I'm doing. What are you doing? You know what I mean? Can we mesh that? So I will be checking out Visions now just to catch up because I do know Star Wars dropped some weird stuff as far as cookies and little goodies in their content, and Lord knows what is probably in these 3 episodes of Visions that I haven't gotten, which brings me to a book, Tales of Vision. Marta Rowe, you've heard me complaining about her for the last 4 days. One
Yes,
of
I
the
have.
issues I have is High Republic is a 20 plus book series, give or take. Marta Rowe is, quote unquote, a bad guy. I'm finding out like the most important parts in this short story that's in like this in between of books, and it's a
Yeah, they hide
collection of
it.
4 stories, and they hid it, and it kind of just ticks me off because it's like, here's why is all this backstory? You know how much
Yeah,
more sense like all of this could have been making all this time, and you buried it in like a book of short stories, which I'm going to bet a lot of folks didn't read because a lot of folks don't pay attention to the short stories because it's like visions. You know what I mean? It's not. And then when they get Mandalorian and Grogu, they're like, "Ah, I'm upset."
rabble, rabble,
For
rabble,
what?
rabble.
You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So, yeah. Anyway, I am looking forward to this. Yeah, looked good. Like the
yeah,
art, and I would also like to do an art episode one day. We got
yeah.
to
We got
do
to
an art
figure out
episode one day. Yeah, we got to
on
figure that
something.
out, man. On
Yeah,
something,
we got.
because when you look at something like this, I don't even know what I'm looking at.
It's yeah, it's too beautiful, dog. I don't know. There was some kind of bear creature that wasn't an Ewok that was in this trailer. You know what I'm saying? I always like equate Star Wars visions to like Star Wars, but the Animatrix. You know what I mean? Let these creators do whatever they want in this playground that is Star Wars. So it's like I don't expect things to tie to anything. I expect these to be very almost even though Star Wars famously does not have an Elseworld. There aren't multiple realities to Star Wars. So you kind of have to understand that this is taking place somewhere, sometime in a galaxy far, far away. Um, but it's very interesting to see people's different takes, especially foreign takes on such a American franchise. You
The
know what I mean?
stories didn't feel complete in season one. I guess that's what
Mm.
I was trying to get to. More like it was more of an art vignette than it was a storytelling vignette, and it looks like they've switched that around. That's kind of what I got from the trailer.
Yeah, that's a good point. Maybe they got the memo that maybe we should make these a bit more cohesive than making it like a art, like you said, like an art project or a vignette of these are talented filmmakers. Here's a snippet of what they can do in Star Wars, in
In
the
what
mode
they,
of Star
yeah,
Wars.
yeah, yeah,
Bradley says Star Wars Visions looks kind of mid, to be honest. Well, it's because it's a hodgepodge of things and things that you may not like because it goes from chibi Star Wars, cute, kind of like Hatsune Miku style to like black and white, like heavy rendered, like serious, Rashomon style sword anime, So it's a little bit for everybody. So and that's always going to be a deterrent for cohesiveness. That being said, I kind of do want to double back on the visions and watch those just to see what I can see and see if I dig them. See if there's any standout characters or if there's any characters that go from volume one to volume two that could possibly be in volume three. I have no idea. I haven't been following this, but this trailer, and I love seeing anime. I love seeing different cultures tackle American properties and vice versa. Seeing Marvel Tokon interesting because it's a Japanese sentiment on a very American franchise. You know what I mean? So I love seeing things like that because it just kind of shakes things up. It shakes up the creativity. It destagnates. It could destagnate a property. So
for
we'll
sure.
see. We'll see how that goes. Last article of the evening: the Halloween video game trailer. We're getting a Halloween game, ladies and gentlemen, by the people who brought you Killer Clowns from Outer Space, Friday the 13th, Predator Hunting Grounds, the Asymmetric Gods, Ilphonics. Were you able to watch this trailer, my good sir?
Yes, I did see this trailer, and I was a little disappointed when I found out what the game was. So,
Hmm.
I get it. It makes sense, but at the same time, it's probably not something I'm going to play at this stage, but 1v4 or could be 1v16. I have no idea how big this world is that they were referencing where you can play these Michael Myers or as part of the community and saving people and getting them to rescue, which is like, how much did y'all put behind this? That's what we got, huh? All right.
Evil dies tonight. Something like
like, this is your pitch line. Cool. All right. Well,
all right.
thanks.
Yeah, it's not like Michael Myers is, like an ultimate killing machine, like a predator. You know what I'm saying? Or cosmic unknowable horrors like a killer clown from outer space. It's a dude in a mask with a knife. How I don't know how how creative you can get in regards to setting up scenarios where he will win or you will win or XYZ. I like this one. I don't know if I'm going to get it though. It's one of those where do you have friends? You have friends that want to
Yes,
play this
I
game for you?
don't. It's just
No,
me and Mike. You know what
this
I
ain't for you, man. This ain't for you, man. You want to play with a bunch of normies? They're gonna have their thumb up their butts, spinning in circles, while Michael Myers systematically kills you all because they're goaded at the game. These games
I
are hard
will
to sell
watch
to
it.
individuals like me.
I will watch it. That is for certain. I will watch other people have fun with it. Yes,
Yeah,
but
this will definitely
um,
be like Twitch bait. I want to see my favorite Twitch streamer. You know what I'm saying? Playing this with a bunch of people and having a good ass time.
yeah.
Do I want to? No, I want to join the fun. Not really, because I don't like relying on other people for my victory, especially strangers who may not give a damn on anything. You know what I mean? That's very frustrating to an old
Yeah, bro.
gamer like me. That's why fighting games are so superior because you are the master of your own fate. You know what I'm saying? It's not, Cockknocker 89 and God knows where, who's literally spinning in a circle waiting for Michael to come take him out. You know what I mean? Asymmetric games like this can be a blast if everybody's on board. You know what I mean? Everybody's locked in. We're all trying, but these games are, it's like, it has to be a delicate balance. The orchestra will sound a lot better when everybody is trained. And these games are orchestra levels of experience. If there's that one, and there's that one tenor that's just off tune a little bit, it
What am
ruins
I
the entire
doing?
experience.
Gas
Huh?
can. What do I do
Huh?
with the gas can, man?
The where I got the generator.
All
Me?
right, yeah,
Why am I
man.
responsible for the generator? Just fix the generator, bro. Michael's coming. I don't care who's
Uh,
coming. I don't feel like doing, next thing you know, you know what I'm saying? You gotta argue with people. Next thing you know, you're all dead and everybody's salty and everybody just goes back to playing Marvel Rivals or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying?
Brand
These games are
Wheeler.
very hard. It's very hard to have a good experience in these games, is what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I'm like, Michael
I
Myers is not,
compliment them for trying. You know what I mean?
hey,
I am very much looking forward to the Hellraiser single player
this is,
experience. I'm very
yeah,
hopeful
like
that's a
talk
single
about
player
a
experience.
tale of two cities. This versus whatever that Hellraiser game is. It's like Bioshock mixed with like Resident Evil. Hellraiser, please. More of that.
Yeah.
I don't want to play as Michael Myers while I get trolled by five experts and they're running circles around me and fixing Jenny's and starting up the car and locking me out. And I'm inexperienced with my little
I
hatchet, my
failed
little.
as Michael Myers. It's like, oh,
I
you
failed
died
as a
as Michael
Michael.
Myers?
No,
It's
I
like,
failed. But Michael Myers can't die, right?
like how do
They shot him 6 times. They shot
you...
him 6 times.
and he's still
And
alive.
he's still alive. Is that dude in the game? If that dude's in the game, I'm buying it. Can I play as Donald Pleasant, Doug? And just
uh,
do Donald Pleasant voice all day. That's kind of what I want out of the experience, Doug. Just do voices. Be annoying on chat. You know what I'm saying? Being annoying in the Discord, Doug. Yeah, I just want to be an asshole and troll people and get banned, Doug. That's all I want. And just playing as Donald Pleasant. And that brings us to the end of our episode 136 Digital Ghost Reports. Wash, this was one hell of an episode. We talked about a bunch of things. It's been a very busy week this week, but I must ask you our immortal question. Do you have any final thoughts before we close this bad boy out?
yes, Superman's out, and I haven't watched it yet, so that's what's on the agenda for this upcoming weekend for sure. Other than that,
I'm
it's
a
been a
punk
fun one.
rocker. Yes, I am.
Uh, Busy week, folks. Go catch Marvel Zombies. Go catch Alien Earth. In fact, sit down Saturday and be like, ah, 8 hours, whatever. I'm gonna watch this because it's definitely worth it. But yeah, there's some good stuff out right now. Not to mention games. So busy, busy, busy.
Go watch our episode review on Super Mario Bros. I'm very happy with that episode. It was one of our most fun, like energetic ones, and we really were able to check that out. Go watch him. I refuse to watch him, Bradley. That mess looks dumb as hell.
Him.
Him, the demonic the demonic NFL First Look by
Oh
HBO
God,
movie with
no,
Marlon
no, man.
Wayans
It doesn't
and
look good. It
sell
doesn't
your
look
soul to
good.
sell your soul to be freaking to play for the Yeah, you want to
And
play
I
for the Kansas
and
City Chiefs?
and
You
look,
better
I
sell your
love
soul to the
football.
devil, bro.
I
You
love
want you want
football. This is not. This is no
hey,
Rudy.
you want to be starting corner for the Philadelphia Eagles? You better sell your soul to the devil, bro. You
That
tripping.
dude just takes the football in the face over and over in the trailer. It makes me laugh every
Football,
time.
no,
It's
football. It's like that one Simpsons episode, Football in the Grind, dog. Just keep doing
great.
that and just put Satan in the background, dog. And that's but Bradley says him was great. So I don't
Bradley says it was great.
Bradley says it was great. So I don't
Interesting.
interesting. The plot thickens,
Interesting.
dog.
I wasn't
Oh
expecting
man.
that.
Was not expecting that.
And you hate
High praise.
everything, so
Yeah, well, Bradley's he's the Russian judge, man. So there's got to be something
all
to it.
right.
Shout outs to
Good
Bradley.
to know.
Shout out to everybody who hung out with us tonight. Unknown Two Shot Reviews. Thank you for keeping us company on this cold Friday evening. Once always, please like our content. Check out Wash over at Watches Cade on Twitch. He's playing video games. He's talking Star Wars. Big ups my big bro, Doug. Do it. As always, like our content. We had our first 1K view episode. We 1K view short.
I do
Our
want to
short.
see
Our
Long Walk. Oh,
I do
sorry,
want to see
Mike.
Long Walk. No, I want to see Long Walk too. But I did want to give props of the growth of the channel. We hit our first 1K short. That is huge for us. That's the most views we've gotten on any particular piece of content ever. So I want to thank you guys out there for listening and watching and just giving us visibility because that's a small feat for some channels. That's a huge feat for others. We did it. We're there. So on to the next plateau. Um, Also, like, comment, subscribe. What are we doing? What are we doing? What are we doing? Like our content, please. With that being said, this has been Masters of the Nerdiverse podcast. We have been your Masters of the Nerdiverse. Have everyone have a good, safe weekend. Until next time, MOTN out. Take care, everybody.